Hi everybody, I am Sailor Solitaire. Welcome to your mid-August 2017 general tarot reading. I hope that you're all doing fabulously and that these eclipses are helping you heal and grow as much as possible. If you haven't already watched your August 2017 reading, then be sure to check that out as well. And be sure to check out your other signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever sign resonates with you, so that you get a more comprehensive idea of what's in store for you for the rest of the month. So, now let's get right to your reading. Hello Sagittarians, welcome to your reading. I hope that this fire energy is treating you well. Let's see what the cards have to say for you. Alright, so the first card is the Fool in the reverse position. So this is the general overall feel for the rest of the month for you Sagittarians. Right away, I do feel like some of you may be a little bit too naive in your thinking. You may be feeling like you are at a point where you can, do whatever you want and not have to worry about the consequences. So I do feel like maybe for some of you, maybe you need to kind of reconsider where you are and try to remember just who is affected by your actions. Maybe there's something that you're forgetting, somebody that you're forgetting about, or you're just kind of off into your own world and you're forgetting about the feelings of other people. There's a sense of inconsideration here. On the other side, some of you Sagittarians may be a little bit too cautious, and you may be feeling like you're afraid to kind of make that first move. You're afraid of putting yourself out there, although I do feel like this card is telling you that it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to explore. So I feel like you Sagittarians will know which one you are, which side of the coin you're on, but there is definitely a sense of a beginning for all of you Sagittarians, for most of you anyway, and you guys are kind of at like the starting point of something, and it's hard for you to kind of launch, to take off from that starting point, and you feel like you're having a hard time really making any significant progress. It's like whenever you take 5 steps forward, you're taking 10 steps back, and you always end up at the starting point, and you're trying to really get to that finish line. But I do feel like some of you Sagittarians need to remember that life is not a race, it's a marathon. So as long as you're not burning out and you're not exhausting yourself, and you're not trying to just get there the quickest way possible, and you're trying to steadily just move forward, I think that's most important. So I feel like there's some of you who are just worried that it's taking so much time, and some of you are worried about looking like an idiot or making mistakes. And I feel like some of you maybe need to refocus a little bit and try to figure out what's important in your life, because there's definitely a hesitation, there's some sort of struggle, there's a block that's keeping you from moving forward. And I feel like you need to kind of figure it out, because the physical world only follows your heart and where it's going. So if your heart is confused and it doesn't know where it really wants to end up, then your current actual state of affairs around you will reflect that. They're going to reflect confusion, they're going to reflect muddiness and uncertainty. Until you clear up what's inside, your outside world is not going to reflect what you feel like you desire, because you may have a general notion of, okay, this is what I want to be successful, or I want to have this and that. But if you don't clear out, you don't do all the necessary work inside, your outside world is never going to reflect that. So let's see what the rest of the cards have to offer for you. I do feel like that was a bit vague, but basically for the rest of the month, and I feel like this is energy that's been going on all year, basically, you feel like you're stuck at the starting point and it's hard for you to make any progress, and you feel like, you know, time is going by but you're not moving anywhere. So hopefully we can figure out some things together here. So the next card is something that you guys are missing, something that you Sagittarians should take note of. The Sun. Okay, so right off the bat, I feel like some of you Sagittarians need to remember that you know, life is not about getting ahead. Life is not about doing things to impress other people. Life is about what truly makes you happy, what makes your heart smile, what makes you legitimately, you know, thankful and happy to be alive. The Sun here is, you know, all about vitality, all about giving us life. You know, the sun warms us and it feeds us. Really, the sun is the energy that powers our entire planet, our entire existence. And I feel like some of you need to go back to, you know, to what you felt like, what you wanted when you were a child, what made you happy, and to kind of remind yourself of your values and your morals, of a pure and a more innocent and simpler way of life. I feel like some of you are overcomplicating things, and with this Fool card, and especially with the Sun card as well, I feel like this is telling you to kind of simplify things. Don't, you know, I feel like some of you Sagittarians are overcomplicating things. You're just making a real mess out of things. You know, no wonder you guys are confused and you guys are having trouble, you know, taking off and launching forward. I feel like you need to first start with what's inside, start at, you know, square one, start at your home base, and then think about conquering the world. You know, you gotta start from within, otherwise you're just going to be trapped and walking in circles. We do have, you know, butterflies here. Symbols of change, symbols of transformation. And so I do feel like, you know, the butterfly who transforms from a caterpillar into a butterfly is still the same person. You still have the same soul, but, you know, you're developing wings in order to fly. And so I feel like you need to work on better, more productive, and more healthy ways of reaching towards your goal, that are in line with your values, but, you know, growing on your and working on yourself should not be at the expense of your heart and at your soul. And I feel like that's the message here, where you want to be open to change and be open to learning and be open to new experiences, but you want to maintain your values. I feel like right now it's a bit upside down, and you guys are trying to change yourselves in order to, you know, make yourself and make your personality fit with what you think the world wants you to be like. But you're sacrificing, you know, your core values, what is really close to your heart. And I feel like it should be the other way around. You should be, you know, and I feel like you guys are holding on to, like, you know, the wrong things. You guys are latching on to things that are superficial, things that don't really matter, like power, like basically power, but all different forms of power, I guess you could say. So like money and influence, status. You guys are holding on to that, and your idea, that idea that you had when you were younger, that's all you needed in life, power, and that would make you happy. I feel like you need to, I feel like I keep lecturing you by saying you need to, but I'm just saying that these cards are indicating that it would be better for you to let go of that and to go back to, you know, really straight up simplifying things, like what made you happy, and trying to recreate that, try to integrate that into your life now. You don't have to wait for, you know, for yourself to have status, to have power in order for you to do things that you like. You can do what you love now, without worrying about, you know, do I deserve happiness? Of course you deserve happiness. I'm not saying, you know, you drop everything, drop all your responsibilities to just pleasure seek. That's not what I mean, but I just mean the Sun card represents doing things that actually give your life value, that actually fulfills you, and that makes you truly happy. And I feel like once you get that sense of self back, it'll be easier for you to go out there and take chances and to really get your foot in the door. Because authenticity is very well respected. That is something, those are the powerful qualities that I feel you Sagittarians would benefit from embodying. So general advice for you guys is Death in the reverse position. So you have 3 major arcana cards here. This is some heavy stuff. This is, you know, this is not just happy-go-lucky energy. This is major energies that are kind of beyond your reach. So this is something that, you know, no matter how hard you try to shake this feeling, it's going to be there, kind of gnawing at you until you deal with it, until you learn to address it, because these are major life lessons that are kind of written in the stars, I guess you can say. And with this Death card in reverse, this is, you know, this is again, we have more butterflies here. Butterflies. And when this card comes reverse, it's indicating that you guys are resisting a change. You guys are resisting that transformation. You guys are not willing to let go of you know, your preconceived notions of what matters in life, your benchmarks, your measures of success. You guys are holding on to that, even though it's not working for you. This Death card is all about accepting the changes, the major changes that are going on in life. Maybe some of you are, you know, refusing to believe your current situation. You guys are afraid to admit to yourself and to other people, but mostly yourself, that, you know, you have to switch things up a little bit. You have to, you know, reevaluate and to reconfigure your whole idea of success. And I feel like this is all revolving around success, but I feel like, you know, most of you Sagittarians can, you know, you guys are on the same page here. So hopefully I'm making sense to you guys. But so I feel like, you know, you have to kind of go back to the drawing board a little bit. You have to maybe some of your plans you have to rework, you know, because it's hard for you guys to get from point A to point B. You guys are finding it hard to even make any headway, make any progress, because there's something missing. There's something that you guys are refusing to see, and that is that whatever schemes you're doing, whatever tricks up your sleeve, whatever shortcuts you want to take, it's not giving you any satisfaction, any fulfillment. And honestly, when your heart's not into something, there's only so much you can take. There's only so much distance that you can cover before you've had enough. Your heart, if your heart is in it, and this is where your passion truly lies, there is nothing in the world that can deter you, nothing in the world that can hold you back. So ask yourself these hard questions. Be honest with yourself. Is this something that I want to be doing and that I can actually see myself doing? Or am I just trying to, you know, procrastinate, and am I just trying to, you know, run away from responsibilities? So 3 major arcana cards here right off the bat, and I do feel like something that you guys are missing, this positive, beautiful card here, the Sun card, is saying that, you know, you have blessings right in front of your face, and I feel like you guys are missing out on those opportunities and missing out on just the simple pleasures of life because you guys are scared and you guys are refusing to accept your reality for whatever reason. So the outcome card for you Sagittarians is the 9 of Wands. Okay, so I do feel like some of you are finally going to prepare for your next steps. This is a card of planning. This is like you guys are you know, in a safe space right now. You guys are free to make mistakes. You guys are free to explore. You guys are, you know, covering your bases, and you guys have, I mean, it seems here that you guys are resting. You guys are kind of, you know, to other people, it may seem like you guys are just doing nothing, but you know in your heart that you're actually preparing. You've got plans up your sleeve. You're looking out here. You've got friends around you. You got this lion here, your companion, who's watching, who's keeping 6. You know, this line here is watching your back. So I just feel like maybe some of you Sagittarians are going to be partnering up, or maybe you have a partner. It could be a romantic partner, it could be business, could be both at the same time. And, you know, you have somebody who has your back, and with them you're going to be, you know, making plans for the future. You're going to be kind of trying to find something that is both feasible and something that you're passionate about, you know, because you're afraid, I feel like, to take those steps. You're being too cautious, and I feel like, you know, this person is going to give you that a bit of confidence, a bit of, you know, assurance, because there's somebody that you can trust and that you can lean on. So I do feel like right now you're kind of in a waiting phase. You guys are kind of, you know, finding it hard to get your foot off the ground, to launch whatever it is that you have been trying to do. But, you know, I feel like it's okay, because you guys are still kind of figuring things out, and that's okay, because as long as you guys aren't idly just doing nothing, and maybe to some other people it might seem like you guys are just, you know, just messing around, you know, in your heart that you have goals, you have motivation, you have things that you want to do, but it's just hard for you to kind of to do them. And I feel like that is because you guys are holding on to these outdated kind of notions, these superficial, socially constructed ideas of what your life should be like. And I feel like hopefully you guys are going to take a little bit of a time out to really work on a feasible, practical plan that actually makes you truly happy. And this definitely is going to take, you know, a lot of letting go of things that you've been holding on to. I feel like some of you have been really digging your nails into something, and you're like, this is how I want it, and you guys are being a bit stubborn. But this card is definitely telling you to let it go and to have faith in, you know, letting in whatever the world has for you. So I feel like, you know, your intentions are good, and I'm not saying for you guys to, you know, to change up your dreams and your goals. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, you know, you want to be open to that goal and that dream to come into your life at the right time and in the right way. So, you know, maybe this is not what you literally wanted, what you set out to do, but is it actually better for you? Is it, you know, going to actually make you happy? Think about that. And I do feel like once you kind of accept your reality, accept the changes that are going on, and have a little bit of faith that this is what's right for you, instead of trying to fight through things, then you will actually be a lot happier. It may not, you may have to swallow your pride, you may have to kind of, you know, get rid of your ego, and you may have to, I guess, disappoint yourself, but not really your true self. You're disappointing, you know, the person that you think other people want you to be, if that makes sense. So just kind of forget about all the superficial stuff and go deep inside and focus on what is truly going to make you happy. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. I hope that you resonated with those readings and that you found them helpful and that you found value in them as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you like this reading, then please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or commenting. I love hearing from you guys, and I would love to know more about you. And if you want a private reading, a personal reading with me, then send me an email, solitairethesailor@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to provide one of those for you. So until next time, have an amazing day, week, month. If I don't see you, have an amazing life, but I hope I'll see you back in my next video. So thanks again, and take care. Love you.